Hi all, it's Kylie from Kylie's Card Craft. Thanks for joining me again today, or tonight, or this morning, or whenever it is you're watching this. It's time for our next collage challenge. Can you believe it? We're up to May already. So that will be 1, 2, 3. This will be the 4th one in the series. I can't believe it's May already. Right, so without any ado. Here's our prompts for May. Oh my wordy Lord. Right. Style. Vintage. Well, that's me. Victorian Edwardian antiques. About 100 years old. Me in a flash. Theme. Summer. Colour. Blue or turquoise. Not me. You know I don't use these bright colours. I managed to last time. We'll see how we go. Paper. Vellum, tracing or baking paper. I'm using baking paper just for a change. I've got baking paper floating around and I thought, no, I use vellum all the time. I use tracing paper. Let's pull out the baking paper and just have a play with that. Image or focal point. Animal, fish, dinosaur, or lives in the ocean. We might go with animal, if we can. Marks, word, quote, phrase, poem, or book passage. Shapes, letter from any alphabet, which technically is one and the same from that, but we'll see how we go. Swap or bonus is a postage stamp, cancellation mark, or wax seal. So, here's my page ready to do. I'm doing my double pages as per normal. I will sit that somewhere close so that I can tick them off as I go. So here's my blank canvas as per such. What I have pulled aside, bear with me. And we've got sitting here, and that and that. Right, this is what we've got sitting here. I found, quote, the freedom of summer. Just found it a minute ago, so I'm really pleased with that. Whether any of these others go in there or not, I don't know. They're stickers. They're as old as the hills. And we'll see how they go. Then found these stickers, but I like all these. So these work really well in collages and just fillers. So we may use a few of those. I'm classing this as kind of... Right, my book passage, after hoarding my Edith Holden book for quite a few years now, I finally pulled into it and I've torn out June because, now for me, I'm in Australia. Our summer, of course, is over the new year. The rest of the world, really? It's in the middle of the year. So the Edith Holden books, of course, have summer in the middle of the year, so I'm not using the June, but I want to put this in because it is all the things that come with summer. It's mowing, it's hay time, it's the different flowers that are in bloom. It's just, yeah, so I want to use that. This is my take on my vintage and summer. I'm not putting in suns or beach or anything like that. This is, for me, it's a summer scene from, well, this was painted in 1911. They are outside. She has her little parasol to keep the heat of the day off her. So for me, that is summer. And it's what summer is to you. I've got a few blues in digitals. I have this wonderful lady as well, which I'm hoping will fit on my book because she's got her parasol. For me, again, that's summer. I had a little dog stamp. So I've stamped him out to save some time, and I'm hoping that he will look up at her. So we'll see how that goes. That's the rest of the page that my lady came off if I need some more. So I'll just tuck that to the side. My baking paper, to save some time, I have pre-stamped on this in blue. Now, I've used StazOn, which is a permanent ink, just so that I had some drying time. Now, I've used some 49 Market stamps. They're just full background stamps. Bang, bang, and bang. But what I want to do is scrunch it up and all the rest and put it on with some matte medium. So that's what's going on in my head. I had a piece of cardstock that I'd been playing around with ages ago with some new sprays that I'd got. But they're the blues and the turquoises. Yes, there's some green in there. Oh, yes, there's even some pink in there. But depending on how I use this, we'll see, because I want it on this side. I want this one on this side, and I've pulled out some letters thinking that I was going to go with summer. I want to blue them up, but then I found my quote, so we may or may not use those. So what I want to do is my baking paper one first, because I want that to be drying so that I can get everything else on. What I'd like would be this underneath. I don't want straight lines though. I truly don't want straight lines. So I'm just going to sit you there. And what I want, now I'm going to close it. So I just use that as a mark. I want to get rid of some of these straight lines. So I'm just going to put a tear ruler down here. And get a few, not get a few. Where am I there? I don't care if they're not straight. Yeah, well, it gives me a rough edge. So we might go down this side as well. I don't want to make it too short. Right. Just so I've got a little bit. I might actually just tear that. I should have just been done with that in the first place, shouldn't I? And just torn along it. Just so that it's going to go under my baking paper anyway. I want it just a rough shape. That's the word I'm after. Just a rough shape to go underneath, just to give it a little bit of tint of colour underneath. So I'll go back to this. And I'm debating about whether, yeah, that's a better shape. I'm happier with that. Now I am going to use, if I may, my wide 1-inch brush, and I'm going to use my matte medium to stick everything down with. So let's just have a look. All right. So I'm just putting a little bit of matte medium on my palette, which you can see is never cleaned anyway. I'll just put it across my book, just so that I can adhere that bit in. I like the matte medium when I'm using the baking paper, so that's why I thought, well, I'll just continue with the matte medium today. Stick down, please. It'll be overstuck in a moment anyway with the baking paper. It's not going to stick at all, is it? Best laid plans of mice and men and all the rest. Didn't do it thick enough? It's all right. It'll go down with the rest anyway. Right, so for this baking paper, which I've done here, I just want the stamped section. So I'm going to get rid of the rest, and I'll just run my ruler up the side of the stamped section, tear that off. The bin. I'm going to have lots of rubbish for my bin, aren't I? I might have needed a bigger bin, maybe. Doesn't have to be straight again, because what I want to do is scrunch it all up so that it gives me some texture on my page. Down there. That'll do it. So I'm just going to screw it up. What I do need though first is to put some blue or something around that. So when I undo this, I won't need that much. So what do I want in there? I want it that way or that way? I might go that way. And I probably only need it to there, don't I? So let's just tear a section off here. I'll find somewhere else to put that. Scrunch that bit up again. That was just the width of the roll, you see. So this will go in here. And yes, I can see enough of my darker colour on the other side. But if I'm scrunching that, all right, so we'll just grab some ink just to go around the side. I want a blue or a turquoise or something like that. Peacock feathers. But peacock feathers might be a little bit bright. What have I got sitting over there? Lucky clover, wilderness. No, no, no. We might have a play with some different colours. We'll get out a new one of these and a new one of these. Well, a clean one of these. So I'll just get some weathered wood on the top of that. Oh, that's must be a new weathered wood. I haven't used it for a while. That's all right. Just need some colour. And I'm going to go back over with the peacock feathers anyway. What I do want, though, is a piece of scrap to tuck in under there. Let's have a look. Oh, there we go. So here's my glue book, but I'll pull out a page from... Beautiful. Just so that it doesn't colour the rest of my pages. And I can tuck it in there like so. Can you still see what I'm doing? Yes. I'm just going to rough that up. Doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to do the other side the same. I'll have a look at whether I like this side or not first, I'm thinking. A little bit in there. All right, let's have a look at it with peacock feathers on the top. So, peacock feathers. Oh yeah, that's a bit of colour. All right. Yeah, that's a bit different. And it's not too bright for me then. So, just a little bit down there. Always remember to go back to your ink pad. They're not a magic sponge. They're going to keep coming out. I like that colour. Right. Okay. So yes, that will work. Sit you there, you there, and I'll put them aside for the other page just in case. And then what we want to do is scrunch this guy back up. So I'm going to paint all over that. Now, it's distress ink, so it reacts with water or liquid. So with any luck, while I'm putting on my matte medium, it should give me some difference in there as well. So it should pick up a bit of that colour and make it run. I want a good amount of your matte medium when you're putting on your baking paper, or if you're doing it in tracing paper or anything like that. It needs quite a bit on there. It's round about that bit. So all I'm doing is squishing it in, giving me some texture, give it a push. Push it down. I like texture and different papers and all the rest. And they're not that hard to do with even just the things you've got in your kitchen. Right, need a little bit more baking paper. I've got baking paper. I'm just going to tip some more matte medium onto that. I'm going to go down there. Just like that. So I like the way that comes out. Alright. I'm not particularly worried about coating the top of it though. Okay, I'm just using it as a glue to pop it onto. So where else do we need? A little bit up here. Give that a push. Give yourself some more texture. If you want some more texture, just push it down further. Right. I'm just picking. Look at that. That's where I've gone around all this. But isn't that what it's all meant to be about? I love the messiness on my hands and my fingers. So we'll just wipe a little bit of it off, because I've always got paper towel here where I've put it all over my fingers. That's all right. Oh, that's beautiful. And that is probably, see, it's all over my brush as well, and that's where it's picked up the permanent stas-on from on this. But this dries and just gives it a little bit, but you can see it's still left the actual imprint of the stamp on there. I'm doing a scrapbooking class tomorrow, taking a scrapbooking class tomorrow. You watch, I'll be going like that. Awesome. Right, so the rest of this page I want to leave to dry a little bit now. And so I'm going to wander off over and do this while that's drying. So with this one, what I was originally thinking of was just some bits. Didn't have a lot of blue, as I said. So I really like the way this one came up, but I probably need more of that turquoisey in there. So we will just get rid of the edges of my page. See what's still on here. Do the weathered wood first. And I know we've got some peacock feathers there, but I like the way the other one came up. So we're going to try and recreate it using the two colours again. So just very quickly, just putting a little bit of colour in there. Not quite certain where my other colours are going to go. So this covers all possibilities, doesn't it? If it's there and I've covered it up, no harm done. If I've not put it in and then only gone in there, then I'll be wishing that I'd put it in originally. So we might as well just do it to start with. Right, now get out that beautiful peacock feathers. Close that one. So back on with the peacock feathers. Bright peacock feathers this time. So it's usually down to about the wording is where I'm going to head to. And a little bit just up here. I don't want to go too far in there because I've now got some drying matte medium. So it'll just give it that colour. All right, that'll do. Just to give it a pop. All right. I do like this colour better though. Side better. So I'm just going to tear this and have a think of where I want things to go. A little bit more. Could always add more to it, can't I? Right, actually, I want to go that way. I want to see my white edge with this one. Or a lot of. There we go. Yep. Much rather that. So, the other things that I had to head off into this side. Got a bit of blue in that one. So we'll just tear that. Which is a brighter blue. But that's fine. It can go there. And I'm going to stick that down there now. Without even thinking about it, I'm just going to stick that down. Just so it's already down there. Alright. You are down. Alright. I want you up there. And I'm thinking I'll need my white liquid glue because this is on a cardstock. As I said, it was one I'd been playing around with some new sprays ages ago. It's been sitting there forever. Now, I want these guys on there, and I will probably put them on an angle. And I want some of this. So do I tear it? I might have a little bit in here and a little bit up on that one. I also want her in here. She's going to finish along there, isn't she? I do like her. She probably needs some blue on her though, doesn't she? Could use a blue marker and put some blue flowers on her. Leave her with me and I'll think about that one. I do have my puppy dog, which probably won't fit now. I'm going to have him right down the bottom, down here, so he can be looking up at her. Right. These are these stickers, but they just allow for some excess going on. And they will need, as I said, they're donkey jonks old. And, Alright, nothing came out of there. There we go. There we go. Now we've got glue on our pin. Is there a right and a wrong? Who knows? It's that way now. Right. And I like the writing. And yes, I know it's not the right colour, but I have to have some of me in here, don't I? And let's face it, it's nice to use some of these. And I actually just want it tucking out of the top of that. So if I set that up there, and then when I pop that in there like that, it's sitting out that way. So we'll stick this one down. So have you all been doing the collage challenge? Are you having fun with it? It has been quite a challenge, but it makes you go out of your comfort zone, look at the other possibilities, and you never know what you find that you end up liking if you don't try it. So, and we must only have a couple left. That's a bit sad. It's been fun. I've got, there we go. I was going to say, I've got a bead hanging off the last month's that I finally put in there. And now it keeps going under my finger, under the paper as I'm working. So I've got that one. Let's have a look at where we want this one. I don't know whether I want that left in there or not. So if I just tear it with the details from it, if I can, I want, you know, 1911 in there for when it was actually painted. I'm killing that. I think I want it that way. Or do I need it down here so that I can put some of this in? Let's have a look. I'm going to tear around June because I will use June in something else. Oh, look at that. I'm so proud of myself for using my Edith Holden book. And if I'll just tear the whole thing out for now, and we'll have a look at what we're putting. Maybe I just work out the certain elements that I want in it. Sit you there, love, for a second. Well, it all actually fits on that, doesn't it? So, my other one was... That's going to need a colour put on it. But then again, it could go over there, couldn't it? That will work over there, and we might just do a light blue or something like that. So that will work over there. I'm just going to sit that back on the sheet. So I'm actually quite enjoying this now. So let's go back to the other sticker sheet and have a look at some of that I've got. And I know this is not the blues or the turquoise, but it matches in with this. So I'm just debating about where I want to put some of this, just so I can get some layering up done. Because for me, this is vintage, antique. They're all colours that I like to use. And we're only putting just a hint of them in there, just really to tie my summer picture in anyway, because it matches this beautifully. So that's going there, that's going there. Got a little bit of my blue down here, my blues over there. Sitting, thinking about that one. That'll work. Oh, dropped it. That'll work, and then we can stick the rest of that page down. And then it's just a matter of finishing off our other page, and we are done. How's that? That's got... See, I'm getting quicker at this. Because I'm not freaking out as much with it these days. I'm just going with the flow as per such. Right, try and straighten that up first though, Kylie. All right, this one can be stuck down. Oh, fancy going over that beautiful flower on the back though. Don't look, don't look. It's all right. Quick, Kylie, don't look at the flower. All right. Now, that was that way. That was that way, wasn't it? A little bit of that, a little bit of that, a little bit of that. About there. It's all right, it's not. We need to fill up. Yes, that's drying beautifully. That's going to sit in there. I'm showing way more of that than I thought I did. That's right. I want something going on down there. I want something going on down there. Let's have a look at some of this again. Just so that we can get that blue. Take off the white core of that one this time though. Yep. Right. Fell out. So I still wanted, I've got summer over there, haven't I? I still wanted my, I think I'll put this one down. If we've got time at the end, we'll look at summer on that. Okay. This has got to be the filthiest I've ever been. I don't even get this bad when I'm coffee dyeing papers. Doing well. Right, which way were we going? That way. Over that way a bit. All right. All right, so summer, blues, turquoise. I want my lady over here. And I want her large and all the way up to that. So what I'm thinking is that I might stick her down and then I can trim her off, can't I? I haven't got any of my markers here, so I can't add blue to her at the moment. Oh, I can. I've got my blue distress inks. So what we might do is we'll paint some on just to give her a little bit of blue. Where was she going to? Oh, way down here. And half her parasol will be on there, like so. Go down a little bit further just in case. Right, so she's done. We'll adhere her on. Stick her down. Did I give myself room for that summer? While she's sticking down, let's have a look. Yep, we have. So that's fine. Move my puppy dog. She's going to sit up a little bit because of the texture as that's drying. But she shouldn't stick up too much. And then I can just cut her off across here. So, big scissors. Have I just got the one lot? Yep. It's alright that I had grabbed a couple of pages there. Right. How's that? Take this one out now. And that's her. I want my freedom of summer with a slight blue as well. So let's have a look at that. Just bear with me. And I'll grab a paintbrush. Put that one over there to clean. And what we'll do is I'll grab some water. We'll grab blues out of this one again. Any many. Let's go the light one first. Don't know if I'm even in shot for that, so I'll come back over here. How's that? Tis fairly light. Don't want actually. Let's just have a look at this. What I'm going to do is just brush over it to start with. So I'm just more or less dry brushing it. I've really not added any water. And I'm just giving it some colour, and I might just go back. Right, and now I'm going to add, what did we say the other one was? Broken china. So now I'm going to add some broken china, and I'm going to spritz that with water. There we go. And now I can pick up a little bit of that. That's a better colour anyway, isn't it? Right, we'll go over the whole thing, I think. I might need to think, oh, I might need to ink around the edges just so that it stands out. How sad. Right. Probably doesn't need to go out. Actually, I'm going to stick it down before I think about it. That's what I'm doing these days that's different. Why I can just do these, because stick it down before I think about it. If I think about it too much, I hesitate and hesitate and hesitate. So technically that could be a letter, couldn't it? I want some blue in her though. Where do we want our blue? That's not gonna... Let's just have a look. I'll pick up a little bit more. Because it's a book page, it is not taking the Distress ink that wonderfully well. So I'm going to put it on, and then I'm going to dab at it so that I can see what's left. And I'm just roughly going over this. It is soaking in a little bit. I don't know what that bit is in front. Let's just grab a fresh bit of paper towel. And we'll just lightly blot that and see what's left. Yeah, it's given it a little bit of colour. There you go. And that's probably all that's needed, isn't it? I need my puppy dog because we need... He's not really a focal point. She's a focal point. But he's there. And he's looking up to her. So, right. And he was just stamped on, you know, a bit of craft paper. Just to save some time this time, I thought I'd do my stamping prior. So I stamped him and cut him out. I cut her out prior because I know last time I had to cut my other lady out and thought then really should have cut her out beforehand, just so that you're not all sitting there watching me cut something out for, you know, minutes at a time type thing. I could still do with something there. Am I done, or am I going to go too far off the rails if I add anything else? Let's get our prompts. Right, so our prompts. We've got, can you see? No, there we go. Right, age, period, style, vintage, Victorian, Edwardian, antiques are about 100 years old. Covered that. Theme, summer. But it does say whatever summer means to you. So, yes, for me, that's summer. Colour, blue or turquoise. Yep. Tick. Paper, vellum, tracing or baking paper. Tick. Animal. Animal. Tick. Marks. Word, quote, phrase, poem or book passage. So I've got a quote, I suppose, or a phrase. I've got a book passage. Shapes. Letter from any alphabet. No. Swap bonus, postage stamp, cancellation mark or wax seal. I do have, and it's on my desk somewhere. Right, we've got a few more minutes. What have we got? Yes, I've got 5 more minutes. So, I have this, which is a copyright one, which is a C. So, there's no reason, because technically, that's a letter from any alphabet. Could go down there. Don't think I like it down there. Yeah, it was a good idea at the time. What else could we put on there? See, they're all just words. Numbers, words. I need a letter. I need a letter. Don't even have them in my add-ons or anything else. I might have to use... I don't use letters. I use numbers all the time and bits and pieces. So, do I just put the S and then write summer up there? So let's cover the S on this. And we'll just pick up a bit of that because we've still got some of that sitting there. I usually tend to ink these up and make them grungy. I've never really tried to make them bright. So, just going over that. Blot that one again. What did I do with my... There it is. That's sinking in. I like these ones because they're a matte colour, so it does tend to soak in. Right. And I need to clean all that up before I put my book on there. So let's have a look at some other blues. So I'm just going to my drawer beside me where I have all my other inks that are not my distress inks. Watering cans 2, grey, hydrangea, forget me not. Let's just have a look at that one. There's 2 S's there, so if I need another S, I can. And I'm just going to rub it over. Because I still want it patchy. Alright, I'll do a couple of different blues. Oh, I have cornflower blue. Alright, so let's just have a look at what we've got. I want a brighter blue. I want a brighter blue. So, just going to sit it on my glass mat. Like you do. We'll go back to the Staz-On that I used before. Staz-On, stays on, depending on what school you went to, you know. Potato, potato. Alright. And I'm just going to dab just to give it that grunged look that I like. Again, this is what I like. Doesn't necessarily mean it has to be what you like. I'm just going to try and pick that back up. Yeah, don't look at my fingers. We'll go that way. I like that colour. That's why I like my glass mat, because they're easier to pick up. So, an S up here. Better put some other glue on that because I don't reckon they'll stick without their glue. And I'll write summer. I wonder if I've got a blue. Should have somewhere. That's not. Right, that's that one. So let's just have a look and see if I've got a blue pen. Just bear with me. Squeak goes my chair, doesn't it? My word. Not there, but yep, down here. Down here. Right. My carry pencil case of should have pens, markers, things like that. Oh, there's even some Tombos in there. What colour's that? That's too light. Let's have a look. And is it going to go on that darker bit? Yeah, you should see it. Let's try that one, because I only want it very lightly there. Don't like my handwriting. See, this is strange for me. It needs to be brighter, doesn't it? After all that. That's a Tombow. That's not going to be much brighter either, is it? No. What I've got in here, should have, is a blue, purple, black, white, red. Wouldn't you think? Ah, here we go. Blue. And a darker blue at that. Or, in saying that, why couldn't I do a gold? Let's just do that one. Make sure it's working. There, like that. You can see that over all the colours. Summer. And to make sure it ties in, I'm just going to give some dots. There you go. I think we did it. Any good? Happy with that? I think I'm happy with that. Can we see it all? I'll lay it down. So, yep, we can now tick off everything. All done. Thank you, guys. Hope you've enjoyed this one. Can't wait to see everybody else's. Don't forget, this is, of course, our collage challenge for May. So if you're putting one up on YouTube, make sure you've got your hashtag 2022 collage challenge May. Make sure you put the May at the end of it so that we can all find the May ones. Both Leigh and Julie, so Leigh from Leigh's Art Studio and Julie from Art and Junk Journals with Julie, will have them on a playlist. They'll grab everybody's that they can find and put them on a playlist as well, so make sure you put that May in there so that the girls can find it. Thank you for watching mine tonight. Can't wait to see everybody else's. Have a good one till next month when we do June's. Thanks, guys. Bye.